read whatever it is, that the box that they put me in. So how do you convince, as white people, your friends, your family, how do you challenge them without always being abrupt, without always being angry? How do you do that? Because, coming from me to a white person might have a different perception, even within my own family, even within my own friends. So how would you do that, would be my question.
When there is an event where a family is invited, I make sure that there's a lot of people of color. I move to neighborhoods where there are people of color. I get nervous in an all-white situation. I get scared that those people around me, those white people around me, are very closed-minded. I'm assuming they're all racist. If they don't want to live with people of color, then they must be racist, so I don't want to live with them.
That's very open-minded, no you.
I feel like
I don't know if that's open-minded. It's like maybe it's a knee-jerk, just as bad a reaction.
I feel like I'm kind of like indignant about it, and it kind of comes off like I have to work on it. That's my answer. Like I really have to work on it. I feel like I end up sounding like an angry person of color when I like start expressing like the issues, like, or if I see it happen, I literally am like, I immediately react, and I don't think it's been that productive. It hasn't been that productive, and I'm realizing that to make changes in our white community, you have to be patient. You have to like be able to have the conversation in a. I mean that's an issue I have in general, so it's no problem. But yeah, I mean you really do have to be able to. You have to have the information. You have to be able to give it in a palatable way. Which I think is the biggest challenge, because the information is there. Once you have the information, like you can't see things any other way, right? It's like, but not everyone has it. Not everyone's ready to take it in, just because we, like you said. People.
But I think that's the issue, that who's ready to take it in, and I think it's never palatable unless somebody's ready to take it in.
And
So-
why waste time on the people who aren't?
Well, you never know what seeds you're going to sow. You never know. And I've been doing this for a very long time. And what I get now is from people, I get dismissed. Like over the movie Lincoln, for example, if you criticize Lincoln on racial grounds, and there's plenty of racial grounds to criticize Lincoln. Oh my God. The first thing, how could you do that? How could you do that? You're just impossible. And these are people I've known, for 30 years. So I think that comes with the territory. It's just how it is. And you find different ways in different situations. But it's very rarely received, no matter what color you are. If you're making people or encouraging or forcing people to face white supremacy, it's ugly.
It is. I find that people don't want to be
They don't want
people that I love, it's difficult for them to, like I said, step out of their comfort zone to really see the reality, even on one-on-one basis. So that's what I'm trying to learn to do that with my friends and even the people within my own family. And I just thought, I'm glad you said that it's difficult for a white person to do that too, because I always thought, because I was coming from a person of color, even my mom, who is a lot lighter than me, she's like your color, she says, oh, it's all in your head. And it's, and she's not trying to be mean. She's really not trying to be mean. But she, coming from a different country, has grown up, has been all her life, even though she's a Spanish woman, a Latino woman, she is a white Latino woman. So until she opens her mouth and has that huge accent, people treat her as a white woman. And it's hard to have those conversations, even to open up the eyes of the people that love you. That my mom loves me unconditionally. So I go to these groups to find out how everyone else is dealing with this. And it's really nice to hear that I'm not the only one that's having so much issue with trying to put this on the table and have conversations with the people that you love. Because going beyond that to strangers or, that aren't willing, I haven't even begun there. So
I feel like that's easier than family.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every little exchange I have at a store or on the street or at a restaurant that feels like it's making more of an impact than the family members who won't listen to me.
Well, I think you make a great point. I think it's the difference between confrontational, like, you need to deal with this because this is a problem, like, hey, have a nice day. Or just the interaction of the humanistic side versus like, we need to deal with this because it's a time bomb and it's going to explode, and if we don't deal with it now, and you've got to deal with it now, and people, get exhausted with, trying to revise and revamp and, be ever present and ever aware of what's going on. It's just the humanistic side is much, I feel, more palatable than just going out and saying, okay, we need to fight the good fight, but
And like showing examples, like mini examples.
or not even examples, just going out and being a part of the work, and just going out and saying, hey, it's nice to meet you. We had a great conversation, and like having that level, that one-on-one kind of interaction is just really what connects us all and shows us that we're not as different as we think.